Morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing? I'm up early. It's 7:58 where I'm at. And I was been meaning to do this video. Yesterday I had saw that Mike Epps had brought out Guy Fisher. And, you know, he had a comedy show, brought out Guy Fisher. And I somewhat had a problem with it. It was somewhat like a joke. At first, it was like a little joke comedy thing. He came out, I guess he was trying to do a little comedy, but, he said he did 38 years or whatever, and people, and he didn't die in jail. People applauded. I think that's good that he didn't die in jail. I really do. But I think Mike Epps shouldn't even brought him out. Like him doing 38 years, it's a lot of people who lost family members, sisters, daughters, dads, grandmothers, aunties, moms and dads, great grandmamas, great granddads, to heroin from 1962 to 1973. Guy Fisher was part of an organization called the Council. They made $80 to $90 million in those years in the heroin industry. He also bought the Apollo Theater. So I know them brothers they were smart being able to buy the Apollo, and I think they had plenty of entrepreneur skills. And with those entrepreneur skills, they invested more time into the drug trade. And I guess people in the non-Pan-African community, they say that, that the Pan-Africans do this and don't do that and do this, but I've never seen no Pan-African go get no products from another country, from a person that don't look nothing like them, and bring it back to their community and, put that product right in their community of their people. I really think they had enough power, even if the U.S. government was going to get it and bring it to our community. It should have been a war on that. I mean, black folks, we defeated a lot. We defeated, the heroin era. People, we still here. Hundreds of millions of black folks. 40 to 50 million black folks. Probably more than that now. Maybe 60 million black folks here in America. We survived that. The abortions. A lot of us, our parents decided not to abort us. We survived that. The AIDS epidemic, we survived that. Tuskegee, well, I ain't gonna say no Tuskegee, but we survived the Tuskegee experiment as well. We survived. We had people that came out of slavery that were still able to talk and speak on it. We survived that. But I don't want to get away from too much of what I actually talked about when doing this video about. I just feel that glamorizing a man that did almost 40 years for bringing out a man to glamorize, who sold drugs to our community for 11 years. And don't get me wrong, Guy Fisher, it was glamorized for sure, because there's plenty of DVDs, documentaries, and all them documentaries do now is it shows the pathology and the psychology of the black man. We wanted to be rich. We wanted to live this American dream, but we would kill our own people to do it. There has to be a psychology, something mentally with that. I was watching Bev Smith show on the Hezekiah News network. The YouTube network. Well, the Hezekiah News, yeah, on YouTube. And it was a Bev Smith show from back maybe in the 80s. There was a young lady on there who lost her son over a boombox, man. It was $5 back then. I guess the little boombox you can put up here. I had one, I'm not 50, but I'm close to it. So I had an era where I had tapes, but it was, CDs was coming in too. I still got a whole bunch of tapes. Vinyl, tapes, and CDs. And flash drives. And so, yeah, I think that wasn't cool. That's basically what I'm saying. That was not cool for Mike Epps to pull that off. Yeah, Guy Fisher got his degrees. That's good that, that man had enough money, because every brother don't have that to where they can go in and come out with degrees. But I feel that Mike Epps was kind of wrong for that. That's pretty much it. I did a video yesterday, but I ended up erasing it. I should have kept that one up because I was it was the middle of the day. I was a little bit more, had a lot more energy on the topic. How about I say that? I got plenty of energy right now. So, but I came out here to sit in the park. Big old park here. So, see, sit out here with a little peace, have a peace of mind before I get my day started. I gotta go to the bank and go pick up packages, go pay some bills. Definitely finna go down here. I gotta pay my taxes on my house. Definitely gotta do that, because they will sell your stuff here in the city I'm in immediately. So, but yeah, man, the Pee Wee Kirklands, we glamorized them. All the guys who sold the big dope, especially in Pee Wee Kirkland, he was sold big dope and he knew how to hoop. So, he was glamorized in the hood, the rucker, all that. But Pee Wee Kirkland, he spoke on, on what he did wrong. And, he's out here, and don't get me wrong, a lot of these brothers, Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, they out here trying to clean up what they did. Unfortunately, the U.S. government came to that brother. So I'm sure, if he knew what he knew today, he wouldn't have done it. But, and then they got a whole movie, what's the movie called? The little sitcom. They glamorizing that with their little brother. We got Paid in Full, glamorizing that. American Gangster, Frank Lucas. That's another thing that the brother, Guy Fisher, came out and said that Frank Lucas was a snitch and all that. Which, I guess in those terms he is in that, in that situation. Because, as friends and stuff, and we all doing this together, I understand that such situation of snitching. Now, I see if it was a lady across the hall who was across from one of y'all little dope houses, and she just got tired of it, and she told, to me, that ain't snitching. That's somebody who care about their community, or a young, or old man, or a man, or whoever, or a police officer that stay in the community, and just bringing their havoc to your organization. To me, that's not snitching. That's somebody who protecting their community. But Guy Fisher shouldn't be glamorized. Mike Epps, real talk, bro. That's Brother Taz talk about the black man image all the time, and to me, and then your boy Kevin Samuels, everybody, everybody Godfather, quote unquote, on YouTube. He talked about the black male image. Since you Negroes, the first thing y'all talk about is Kevin Samuels, and all his stuff that he done, which to me he took from Tommy Sotomayor. But they all talk about the black man image. And Guy Fisher coming out of jail with 4 degrees, that ain't help our community. $90 million worth of heroin. Nowadays, it's probably $450 million worth of heroin, $500 million. You done brought a imported product to our community and ain't put none of that money. I mean, Apollo, cool. That's entertainment. We might spend today, or back then, we might have spent 5 or 6% of our income at the Apollo. But he probably bought it just so, people that had the bread came to the Apollo. Uh, I mean, don't get me wrong, people who didn't either, because I'm sure the tickets wasn't that much, you know. But I think he should have invested in. I mean, don't get me wrong. To me, the drug trade is a survival game. It's not a lifetime business. But well, people think it is. But unfortunately, when you get into the game and you get to making money, them cats and them men or whoever you're doing business with, women too, they will. You married in, so you ain't no leaving. They sending, they mailing pictures of your family members and them going in school saying, hey, we got a pack coming. If you think we playing, okay, here go a picture of your daughter walking in school. So that's how serious that game is. So you really have to think about that. But with the numbers and running Harlem, you could have pulled that off and said, look, no more dope being sold in Harlem to black folks. We had 90 million. Okay, let's stop going in Sears. When they shut that Sears down, we're gonna take that building and we're gonna turn it into our own Sears, a black owned version of Sears. We'll start in Harlem. And you know how to do the drug trade and go to and cover go all the way over to Ohio with the product. You should be able to go over to Ohio with Sears and Kroger's and Woolworths, Walgreens, Ventures. I don't know what they had on the East Coast, but in the Midwest we had Ventures and Sticks Burn Fuller. You could have gotten to the retail if you know how to do that management and product placement of heroin. You can definitely do it of some groceries. A product everybody gonna need. Could open up and bought a fleet of open up your own line of grocery stores like Kroger's did. With 90 million bucks. I don't think Kroger's probably had $90 million in 62 to 73. Start creating your own cupcakes like Hostess or something. And so we can't make no excuses up. And like I say, the condition of black folks back then, it was a lot of segregation. You couldn't go work in certain places. So you would think that would have been the first thing you did after you got that bread, bro. Like let me give back at least that. I'm sure he did stuff for people, the random, the turkey stuff on Thanksgiving and the Christmas stuff, that the big ballers still try to do today. Bumpy Johnson, all them folks done that. So I'm just putting this message out, man, just to let folks know that, that's not a good look on the black man image, man. But him bringing that man out. Let's let that man be. He out. Let him, rejuvenate himself. Maybe if he start a mission that he want to start better in the community and going in and telling these young brothers, yeah, we'll support that. But, him coming home and saying he this big dope dealer and, so-and-so snitched on him and all that. So what? You sold $80 to $90 million worth of heroin to black people, man. You had enough power. He had enough power back then to tell people that if he the godfather of Harlem, the real one, he had enough manpower to tell black folks or his army on the ground